welcome back to the Amputee Angler, and today we are down Newhaven Harbour and we are going to do a little bit of LRF fishing. Last time we came down here we had a really good day. We bagged up, we had over 20 little pollock, pout, ballons, what else we had, blennies, gobies, bullheads, you know, we had all that sort of stuff, really good. We've come down here again today. Time is currently 1 o'clock, wind's due to pick up at 3, I had a bit of time so I thought we'd nip down. Same rod and reel as last time, a little HTO rockfish and a Shakespeare agility. This time no, we got a little lure clip, 6 pound mono, just clipped on via a loop. We put a little dropper on the top there, a little tiny hook, a bit of lugworm, that's running down to a little tiny jig head, and we're going to try and tempt out some ballons. We'll try and stay up here if we can. Last time we dropped down, but it's a bit slippery, so I'll see if we do that. Yeah, so we'll see how we get on, kill a couple of hours, and then we'll pack up and we'll go home. But yeah, here we go. It's got a little trawler coming in, I'll just show you it. Sarah Lena, new over there, scalloping. Yeah, shall we get on? Now, we might have a bit of trouble controlling it here. I mean, I'm going to wait because the trawler's just gone through, so it's a fair bit of swell. But because that wind's blowing, we're only using a tiny little jig head and a tiny little hook. There's a tiny little bit of lugworm on there. And we'll make little short flicky movements and we'll see what we can pick up. We can scale it up a little bit, but we'll try and stay as light as possible. First cast, get that braid off. And all we're looking to do is just flick it down the sides. Just try and keep stuff under control. So look how we get on. A lot of colour in the water today. A lot of colour. Now, unfortunately, because of the colour of the water, which if you look in the left-hand side of the screen, you can see how chocolatey brown it is. It's absolutely horrible. And with that wind that you can also hear on the sound there, it made fishing really, really difficult. Visibility was right down, and when you're trying to control really light 2 gram jig heads and 6 pound line with a big bit of tide cutting through, it actually becomes really, really difficult. So we do persevere here, determined not to get a blank. We just have to bear with it. We do crack on and we do try a few more little areas. You can see me making tiny little movements with a rod. What I'm trying to do there is drop it into another little hole, because the blennies, gobies and little bits and bobs will often sit along the seawall, and just by changing your position ever so slightly you can tempt one of them out. So we do persevere and we do crack on despite the conditions. Move you over here. Wind is just launching through here. It's not ideal. I didn't really want to, but I might have to get down there. This is proving hard work here. Keep trying. It's looking like I might have to try and climb down there in a minute. It's a little bit too much wind up here, and there's a lot of colour in the water. You have to really keep control of your bait and your lure at all times. You're not in contact with it, you just get bites, you don't even know. The trouble is, when you think you're on the bottom, you let the line off and the wind just creates another boat in it. Okay, let's go down that route. Let's have a go down there. Time to do the little bum shuffle of death. bum shuffle of doom. Gonna pop down here, down there, and it starts getting really slippery over there, so we'll probably end up just fishing on this first one. But down we go. Let's have a look. It's the beauty of having everything in your pockets. Slowly go down, and the rod can go forward of me. It's just nice and slow, no rush. I could sit and fish here, to be fair, but I think there's some snags down here, some really snaggy wire. And then this here's a perfect little seat for me. So normally I stand up. I'll try and show you all this one day, but the way I stand up involves me pushing myself up, and I think on this slippery stuff here I run the risk of going in. So what I do is, again, just put everything ahead of me so nothing's behind me, and I'm going to get my bum up onto here, he says, and then pull myself up like that, and that gives me a bit of space, and then I can just stand up nice and slow, no risk, and fish here, and I'll probably go along to there and see how we get on. Boom. And we go fishing again. You can see the colour of the water, it's gone like horrible soupy tea, and there's not as much wind down here because it's out in like a little bowl. It's slightly sheltered, but it is very snaggy in these parts. I might have to try and shuffle along, but I'm very wary how slippery it is here today. What's that there? What's that? Oh yeah, straight away into a crab, look. Well, you can't see him, and the crab take the lure there. Didn't even take the bait, it took the lure. Oh, hello. I'll do that again. Oh, I've got to loop around my reel now, so I'm just going to flick this one out. There we go. Let's go a bit further out. I came down here yesterday and I scoped it out a bit more, and there was a big flat ledge there with a couple of little crevices in it. So we should be alright flicking it out on this bit. There's a bite, there's a bite, there's a bite. There we go. Oh, we had a bite then. Positive knot then, but it's gone into a snag. Well, that's a good sign. Tilt this up a little bit. Ah, there's a snag there. Ah, there's a trouble fishing this bit. It's got a snag, damn it. Sit down here and get the snag out again. Something you have to do, someone in my position, if you're going to do something like this, you don't want to be pulling and standing up, because if you slip you're going in. Gonna lose that. Ah, damn it. There we go. Part of the knot. Quickly make another one up and I move a bit further along. So all we're quickly going to do here is tie a dropper loop. Well and good doing this in the nice and warm, but out there in a bit of wind and a bit of cold, not so easy. Pass it through a few times, and then one more for luck. And what you're going to do is pass that loop. It says that loop there through that hole there when you can get hold of it. Like that. Alright, now the beauty of these dropper loops is it's so easy to attach and unattach a hook. Just push your line through the hole and loop the loop over the shank of the hook. Pull it tight, and there's your hook. Getting into the real dangerous stuff now. Be real careful. Try. I'm going to go sideways here. Apologies, you can't see what I'm doing, but that way, if the feet slip out from underneath me, I'm falling that way, not that way. There's a method in the madness. Things we do for fish. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Some lovely terns there. I don't know how you can see them. I think they're terns. I'm not a bird expert, but terns, sand warblers, not 100% sure. Let's have a look at it. There we go. And you see how slippery that left foot went then. Okay. Right, now this is where we want to be, eh? Normally a bit further along, but getting nothing there. The water is really coloured today. Really coloured. That wind's not helping the control, but we'll have a go. Let's put it out over there. Let's go. This stuff seems dry, so I'm kind of a bit careful still, but let's have a look. There we go. A bit wet there. Oh, that's what's up there. I've got a bite there. Just moved into where I know I've caught fish before, and we've got our first fish. There we go. Oh, there we go. Not a blank. Look at that. It's a lovely little sea scorpion. Beautiful fish. I'll get him on hook. Can I show you? There you go. We had to work hard for that. We're seeing now. I've moved right along now. I didn't want to come along here because it's so slippery, but I also couldn't face a blank. It's a lovely little sea scorpion here. You can't hear it on camera because of the wind, but he's actually grunting quite a lot. These really do grunt, but he's taking a bit of lugworm there. Absolutely beautiful fish. Look at that. Let's get you around here, try and get a bit of background for you. Beautiful, eh? You had to work hard for that, but he's going to go back. And we're going to get cracking. And those birds again, look. There we go, all done. Tide's come in now because there's a bit of swell coming the river. It's lapping over already, so I've decided to call it early. Just the one scorpion, sea scorpion. Another gentleman turned up, friendly guy. I know him from somewhere. I've forgotten his name again. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. He's having a quick go down there, but another half hour, that'll be lapping right over there. So yeah, calling it a day. Got out of the house for an hour and a bit. It's 2:15 now, so what, hour 15 minutes. So one sea scorpion to show for the efforts, but you can already see now it's really starting to lap over. Get a bit dangerous for a man like me, but we're back up here now, climb over this fence here now, and then we're done. So have a good one.